What do you know, ladies and gentlemen? We are on a roll this evening. So why stop now, right? In American jurisprudence, it is essential to identify parties to the court action properly. If not properly identified, all corresponding judgments are void. As outlined in Volume 46, Am Jurisprudence 2D, Am Juris 2D, at judgments, subsection 100, parties, it is stated that law revolves around how words are precisely defined and used. A man should be defined by law as he is supposed to be defined and organized, and an ancient maxim of law states, in order rightly to comprehend a thing, inquire first into the names, for a right knowledge of things depends upon their names. 57 Am Jurisprudence 2D, copyright 2001, West Group, beginning on page 613 and continuing through page 675. Deals with the subject name. Okay, for those of you just joining, we're going into Am Jurisprudence on properly identifying the corporations or man or whatever it is, the parties involved in a suit or a claim. Subsection 1 defines a name in relevant part as the word or combination of words by which a person is distinguished from other individuals. Petitions of Dengler, 246 NW 2D 758 ND 1976. Subsection 2 relates the common law authority to adopt any name a man or a woman wishes, providing it is not done for fraudulent purposes. In regards to adoption versus guardianship, number 3155, Circuit Court for Harford County, 103 MD, App 300, 653A 2D 521, 525, 1995, Rapley versus Rapley, 183 Michigan, App 396, 454, Northwest 2D 231, 1990. Now, when I'm saying Northwest, folks, that's NW, all right? The rule of English grammar authorized as capitalized letters only for a very limited number of well-defined uses. One such use is the initial letter of a proper name. A capital letter is defined as of the large size used at the beginning of a sentence or as the first letter in a proper name. No lexical, lexical authority exists for use of the all capital letters in writing the proper name of a man or a woman. An all capital letter written version of one's name is not one's name, but strictly an artificial, bear with me here, gotta scroll down a little bit. Strictly an artificial construct existing by color of law only. No authority of English grammar recognizes such a contrivance. The legal term in propria persona means in one's own proper person. How can one do anything outside of one's own proper person unless there exists some other person by which one could act? Using the juristic artifice known as legal fiction, parties lawfully identified by their proper noun names have been legally ascribed with and corrupted by the all capital letter names. An exhaustive study of various English language textbooks, including but not limited to the Harbrace, Harbrace, College Handbook, the McGraw-Hill College Handbook, the Reference Handbook of Grammar and Usage, the Oxford Dictionary of the English Grammar, the McGraw-Hill Styles Manual, and the Gregg Reference Manual all books dealing with the rules of grammar to our common language show no reference that gives an all uppercase lettered proper noun support. It is also stated by these grammar books that something that is all uppercase letters is merely initials, which are representation of something, not someone, something else. Thus, the rules of English grammar fail to give us discussion or authority regarding the proper use of an all capital lettered name. The Merriam-Webster Colligate Dictionary, 10th edition, beginning on page 1539, gives us a definitive look at capitalization. This book shows authority to use a capital letter only as the first letter of the proper noun's name, title, brand name, places, vehicles, awards, governmental and judicial bodies, historical periods and events, organizations, scientific terms, certain religious terms, seasons, months, days, titles of printed material, work of art, and trademarks, but it shows no authority for the use of an all capital letter proper name. From the Steckvog Complete GED Preparation Book, we find a discussion of the use of capital letters, but again, there is neither discussion nor authority to use an all capital letter proper name. The Manual of Usage and Styles, 8th edition, ISBN 1-87867451X, published by the Texas Law Review in 1995, Section D, capitalization, paragraph D11, states, always capitalize proper nouns. Proper nouns, independent of the context in which they are used, refer to specific persons, place, or things. Another well-recognized reference book is The Element of Styles, 4th edition, ISBN 0205-30902X, written by William Strunk, Strunk, Jr., and E.B. White, published by Allen and Bacon in 1999. There is found one reference to capitalization in this book on page 94, where it states, the name of a particular person, place, or thing should be capitalized. Proper nouns are capitalized. There's an obvious and legal evident difference between capitalization or capitalizing the first letter of a proper as compared to capitalization every letter used to portray the name. Oxford University Press publishes the New Oxford Dictionary of English, considered the foremost authority on the British English language. Okay, this dictionary shows in the 1998 edition proper noun, also proper name. Noun, a name used for an individual, person, place, or thing. Or organization, spelled with a capital letter. Ergo, Jane, London, and Oxfam. A word or a set of words by which a person, animal, place, or thing is known, addressed, or referred to. My name is Parsons, bearing or using the name of a specified person or organization. A driving license in the name of David Roach, all capital letters. In the Real Life Dictionary of Law, Oren's Dictionary of the Law, and Merriam-Webster's Dictionary of Law, the term legal fiction is used and described. The synopsis of these shows that a legal fiction is an assumption that something that is or may be false or non-existent is true or real. Something assumed in law to be fact, irrespective of the truth or accuracy of the assumption. There is one area which does use all capital letters for proper names: corporate law. Name of artificial entities, artificial persons are written in legalese, artificial English, i.e. all capital letters. Ladies and gentlemen, are you starting to see this? Artificial persons exist by grant of privilege from the state. They have no constitutional rights. Their owners, officers, and shareholders are accorded limited legal and financial liability. A limited liability entity, one with an all capital letter name, is also accorded limited freedom, power to speak and act on its own behalf. From all the books and resources cited in this paper, there has been no authority found whatsoever to use an all capital letter name. Therefore, a name appearing in all capital letters falls outside the rules of the English grammar. Absolutely no example can be found in any recognized reference book that specifies or allows the use of an all capitalized letter name, proper or common. There is no doubt that a proper name, to be grammatically correct, must be written with only the first letter capitalized, with the remainder of the word in a name spelled with lowercase letters. There are no official or unofficial English grammar style manuals or reference publications that recognize the use of all capital letters when writing a proper name. To do so is only by juristic license or arbitrary presumption, irrespective of the facts. Black's Law Dictionary, Revised 4th edition, 1968, provides a comprehensive definition as follows: capitis diminutio, meaning the diminishing of status through the use of capitalization. In Roman law, a diminishing of an abridgment of personality or a loss, a curtailment of a man's status or aggregate of legal attributes and qualifications. Capitis diminutio maxima, meaning a maximum loss of status through the use of capitalization. Ergo, John Doe or Doe John, all capitalized, the highest or most comprehensive loss of status. This occurred when the man's condition was changed from one of freedom to one of bondage. When he became a slave, it swept away with it all rights of citizenship and all family rights. Capitis diminutio media, meaning a medium loss of status through the use of capitalization. Ergo, John Doe, where the first name is a capital letter followed by lowercase letters, and the family name of Doe is all capitalized. A lesser or medium loss of status. This occurred where a man loses his rights of citizenship, but without losing his liberty. It carried away also the family rights. Capitis diminutio minima, meaning a minimum loss of status through the use of capitalization. Ergo, John Doe, where the first and last name start out with a capital letter and the rest is all lowercase. The lowest of the least comprehensive degree of the loss of status. This occurred where a man's family relation alone were changed. It happens upon the arrogation pride of a person who had been his own master, sui juris, of his own right, not under any legal disability, or upon the emancipation of one who had been under the patria, I don't even know how to, I'm sure that's Latin. It's Potestas. Parental authority. It left the right of the liberty and citizens unaltered. See INST 116 PR 123 DIG 4511 Markeld Rome Law 144. Caput, Lat for by the head, diminutio, diminutio. In civil law, diminutio, a taking away, loss or deprivation. As Black's Law Dictionary explains, the full capitalization of the letters of one's natural name results in a diminishing of a complete loss of a legal citizenship status, wherein one actually becomes a slave or an item of inventory. The method by which the state causes a natural person to volunteer himself into slavery is through forming legal joinder implied or stated with the entity or legal fiction name of in all caps. Idiom synonyms. As we pursue the line of logic, we need to address idiom synonyms. Its definition can be found in 14 Corpus Juris Secundum Names, page 36. A. In general, if names sound alike, they are usually regarded as the same. But as we know with the maxims of law, nothing similar should be same, or nothing similar is same, and dissimilar things should not be joined. Okay? So we'll reach deep for a maximum there. Although spelled differently and the variations in their spelling is considered immaterial, with respect to names, the phrases idiom synonyms means of the same sound. The general rule is that the law, public, does not regard the spelling of the name as much as it does their sound. Great latitude is allowed in the pronunciation and spelling of proper names, since proper names are often spelled differently, although pronounced the same. Terry, Terry, so T-E-R-R-Y and T-E-R-R-I. If they sound alike, or even if common usage, widely known, has made their pronunciation identical, they are regarded as the same, and a variance in their spelling is immaterial, unless it is such as misleading. Such as misleads a person to his prejudice, or the misspelling transforms the name into a wholly distinct appellation. You guys following along still? The same sounding names discussed above the same sounding names above are like Terry and Terry, not Terry and Terry. So T-E-R-R-Y and then again T-E-R-R-Y in all capital letters. As the latter is not a proper name, but an abbreviation, acronym, initials. So, what is John? All capital letter John. It could be a corporation, a vessel, a computer term, etc. It is not widely recognized or known, and therefore, according to the government printing office, publications on style, an improper abbreviation. This is nothing other than an appearance of legitimacy, legal. Okay, the exception clause of the idiom synonyms test must be invoked, unless it is such as misleads a person to his prejudice, or the misspelling forms the name into a wholly distinct appellation, emphasis added. This is a truly wholly distinct appellation, as official source of reference and information do not identify, describe, or define John, the all capital letter name. The Manual on Usage and Styles, English edition, ISBN 1-878674-51X, published by the Texas Law Review in 1995, Section D, capitalization, paragraph D, 1-1 states, always capitalized proper nouns, independent of the context in which they are used, refer to specific persons, places, or things, ergo Dan, Austin, Rolls, Royce. Emphasis added, paragraph D, 3.2 of section D states, capitalization, people, states, and any terms used to refer to the government as a litigant, ergo the people's case, the state's argument, but do not capitalize other words used to reference to litigants, ergo the plaintiff, defendant, Manson's, emphasis added. The New Oxford Dictionary of English is published by the Oxford University Press. Besides being considered the foremost authority on the British English language, this dictionary is also designed to reflect the way language is used today through example sentences and phrases. We submit the following definitions from the 1998 edition. Proper noun, as proper name. Noun, a name used for an individual person, place, or organization spelled with an initial capital letter, ergo Jane, London, and Oxfam. Okay, those are all starting out with the capital letter in the beginning, and the rest are followed with lowercase. Name, noun, 1. A word or set of words which by a person, animal, place, or thing is known, addressed, or referenced to. My name is Parson John Parsons. Okay, again, it's spelled properly. It's a proper noun. Kawasser is a German name for lime water. Verb to identify by name. Give the correct name for the dead man has been named as John McIntosh. Phrase 3 in the name of bearing or using the name of the specified person or organization. A driver's license in the name of David Roach. From the Newberry House Dictionary of American English, published by Monroe Allen Publishers, Inc., 1999. Name, noun, it's identifying in parentheses a capital C. A word by which a person, place, or thing is known. Her name is Daniel, or Dane Daniel. Again, it's proper noun, identified correctly. We can find absolutely no example in any recognized reference book that specifies or allows the use of all capitalized names, proper or common. There is no doubt that a proper name, to be grammatically correct, must be written with only the first letter capitalized, with the remainder of the word in the name spelled with lowercase letters. U.S. Government Styles Manual. Is the spelling and usage of a proper name defined officially by U.S. government? The answer to the question is yes. The United States Government Printing Office, in their Styles Manual, March 1984, which was a dang good year, comprehensive grammar, style, and uses for all government publications, including court and legal writings. Chapter 3, capitalization, at subsection 3.2, prescribes rules for proper names. Proper names are capitalized. Examples given are Rom, Brussels, John, McMadden, family, Italy, Anglo-Saxon. Okay, they're all proper again. So, at chapter 17, court work. The rules of capitalization, as mentioned in chapter 3, are further reiterated. 17.1, court work differs in styles from other work only as set forth in this section. Otherwise, the style prescribed in the preceding section will be followed. After reading subsection 17 in its entirety, I found no other reference that would change the grammatical rules and styles specified in Chapter 3 pertaining to capitalization. At subsection 17.9, this same official U.S. government manual states, in the titles of cases, the first letter of all principal words are capitalized, but not such terms as defendant and appellee. This wholly agrees with Texas Law Review Manual on Usage and Style as referenced above. Example shown in subsection 17.12 are also consistent with the aforementioned 17.9 specifications. That is, all proper names are to be spelled with capital first letters, the balance of each spelled with lowercase letters. Grammar, punctuation, and capitalization. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration, otherwise identified as NASA, has published one of the most concise U.S. government resources on capitalization. NASA publication SP 7084, Grammar, Punctuation, and Capitalization, a handbook for technical rights and editors, was compiled and written by the NASA Langley Research Center in Hampton, Virginia. At Chapter 4, Capitalization, they state in 4.1, Introduction, first we should define terms used when discussing capitalization. All caps means that every letter in an expression is capital. Like this, caps and IC means that the principal word of an expression are capitalized like this. Caps and small caps refer to a particular font and style containing small capital letters instead of lowercase letters. Elements in the document, such as headings, titles, and captions, may be capitalized in either sentence style or headline style. Sentence styles calls for capitalization for the first letter and proper nouns, of course. Headline style calls for capitalization of all principal words. also called caps and IC. Modern publishers tend toward a down style of capitalization. This is towards use of a fewer capitals rather than an up style. Here we see that in the headlines, titles, captions, and in sentences, there is no authorized usage of the all caps at 441 capitalization with acronyms. We find that the first authoritative use for all caps acronyms are always formed with capital letters. Acronyms are often coined for a particular program or study and therefore require definition. The letters of the acronym are not capitalized in the definition unless the acronyms stand for a proper name. Wrong. The best electronic publishing system combine what you see is what you get. WYSIWYG, all capital letters. Features. Correct. The best electronic publishing system combine what you see is what you get. WYSIWYG, again, all capital letters. Features. Correct. The best electronic publishing system combined what you see is what you get. But Langley is involved with the National Aerospace Plane NASP program. This cite by example that using all caps is allowable in an acronym. Acronyms are words formed from the initial letters of successive parts of a term. They never contain periods and are often not standard, so that definition is required. Could this apply to law proper Christian names? Okay, lawful proper Christian names. If that were true, then John Smith would have to follow a definition of some sort, which it does not. For example, only if John Smith were defined as John Orley Holistic Nutrition of the Smith Medical Institution to Holistic John Smith, would this apply? The most significant section appears at 4.5, administrative names, okay? Officials' designation of political divisions and other organizations, bodies are capitalized. Name of political divisions: Canada, New York State, United States, Northwest Territories, Virginia Island, Virgin Island, Ontario Province. Names of governmental units: U.S. government executive departments, U.S. Congress, U.S. Army, U.S. Navy, so on and so forth. According to this official U.S. government publication, the states are never to be spelled in all caps, such as New York State. The proper English grammar and legal style is New York State, proper nouns identified. This agrees once again with Ohio. The use of a legal fiction, the authors of the Real Life Dictionary of the Law, Gerald and Kathleen Hill, are accomplished scholars and writers. Gerald Hill is an experienced attorney, judge, and law instructor. Here is how the term legal fiction is described. Legal fiction, noun, a presumption of a fact assumed by a court for convenience, consistency, or to achieve justice. There is an old adage: fiction arises from the law and not the law from fiction. Orrin's Dictionary of Law, from Orrin's Dictionary of the Law, published by the West Group 1999, within the definitions of fiction is found. A legal fiction is an assumption of something that is or may be false or non-existent, is true or real. Legal fictions are assumed or invented to help do justice. For example, bringing a lawsuit to throw a non-existent John Doe off your property used to be the only way to establish a clear right to property when legal title was uncertain. Merriam-Webster's Dictionary of Law, Merriam-Webster's Dictionary of Law 1996, states, legal fiction, something assumed in law to be fact, irrespective of the truth or accuracy of the assumption. Example, the legal fiction that a day has no fractions. Fields versus Fairbanks, North Star, And with that, I'm going to stop with this. I need a little bit of a break. I hope you guys have picked up what I'm laying down in this video. It pertains to the proper name and the proper spelling. When you're being summoned to court, who's really being summoned to court? Are you being summoned to court? Are you an acronym? I don't think so. And we've just covered a whole litany of things. So share this with your friends, share this with your family. I've got more videos coming. This is all knowledge that you guys should have, and you should be teaching your offspring to help them have sane, sound minds and be able to operate in commerce if they choose to be able to navigate safely and swiftly through the treacherous waters known as commerce. And with that said, I hope you guys have a beautiful, blessed evening, and I'll be back later on this evening to make yet again another video for you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and as always, it's been a pleasure.